80 years ago, the U.S. put Japanese Americans in internment camps. It came right after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. One such camp was near Carrizo Springs in Dimmitt County. Tonight, we hear from a woman forced to move from California to rural Colorado. She now lives in the Houston area. She tells Anastasia Bolton she wants us to never forget what happened.
I remember doing this. I made this scrapbook. Yeah, I was going to write a book about myself. I should have.
Photos, precious keepsakes, have a way of taking us back.
The date is 1943.
To the moments we love to remember.
Oh, wow. Must have been a pretty good dance.
And places we just can't forget.
This is at Amachi. Look at all this. Oh, dear.
Marian Takahara had a reason to keep all this.
Amachi Senior High School.
Not only for the book she wanted to write, she kept the evidence of how life changed because people who looked like her suddenly became a national security threat after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor.
And that's when everything changed. We were scared. We didn't know what to do.
Marian was living in Los Angeles, going to high school.
We lived a pretty normal life.
When in February of 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed an executive order number 9066. As a result, more than 120,000 Japanese Americans were incarcerated.
And we were given only 14 hours to move.
Mary and her family were forced to leave everything.
We had to put our dog to sleep because we didn't know what to do with it. People that came in and wanted to buy everything we had and stuff, things like that. But that night before we left, we all slept on the floor. And well, I hate talking about it because it just makes me cry.
Marian ended up in a small Colorado town at an internment center known as Camp Amachi. At its peak, the internment camp held more than 7,000 people.
In the showers, there was no doors in the showers, and it was hard for can you imagine what it's like for an older person to have to go to the bathroom without doors in the showers? And when I read over my notes, it made me sad again, too. But we got over it, we got over it, we got over it.
Marian says she was never bitter. She isn't now.
I have met many wonderful people. I've had a wonderful life. Isn't that amazing?
Her memories aren't as crisp as they used to be.
Amachi Senior High School. Sincerely, Harry, I don't even remember who he was.
But what she does remember, she wants to keep sharing so the rest of us know what happened and never forget.
We want more people to know it and be in textbooks and things like that.
In Houston, I'm Anastasia Bolton.
The camp where Mrs. Takahara lived was in rural Colorado. Camp Amachi just became part of the national park system, which will preserve and protect it.